Hello, Schmoville. Well, the Phase 3 on this podcast channel is, as Mark Ellis would say, chugling along. This is episode 46, I believe, and this was a cool episode because right off the bat, this was right after Mark and I we became the first and only YouTube movie reviewers certified on Rotten Tomatoes. It still is. It's a big achievement for us. It was a big achievement at the time. We were very excited. We kicked off the show talking about that and kind of what it meant for YouTube reviewers in general. And then it was the first appearance, I believe, of the always funny, sometimes controversial comedian Andrew Santino. He had not yet acquired his Hurricane Santino status yet. That would come later on, later in Phase 3. But this was a good one, I think maybe because it was early in the morning, and we just talked about his time. Andrew was on the new version of Punk'd that was out, MTV's Punk'd. We talked about that, stuff that he did there. He got into some movies, and then he played the game. But Andrew's one of my good friends, and he's always a great interview, and he's always funny, and he's a guy that if you have not listened to before, and this is the first time you're being introduced to Andrew Santino on this show, I highly doubt you're going to be disappointed. He's a really funny dude. So I'm going to stop yapping and let you guys get to episode 46, Movie News, The Game with comedian Andrew Santino. Enjoy, guys.
Live from Universal Studios Hollywood in beautiful Los Angeles, California.
ToadHopNetwork.com.
Radio worth watching.
Radio worth watching.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Schmoes podcast. I'm Christian Harloff.
And this is Mark Ellis coming to you live from the beautiful John Lovitz Comedy Club Theater at Universal Cities.
You got to finish that coffee.
Universal City Walk,
man.
I don't drink coffee. I drink iced tea.
Whatever. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's great. This is going to be a very cool show. We have a lot of cool stuff going on today, Mark.
It's a Schmoes No Movies podcast, kids, and we have a very special guest that's coming in just a little bit here, and we're going to talk. We've seen The Avengers, guys.
We have.
It has happened.
Yes.
The Schmoes were finally there. Monday night we saw it. If you haven't seen our review yet, go and watch us gush. We never give away spoilers in the reviews.
Never. Someone was actually excited that we talked for 10 minutes and didn't give away one spoiler, which is pretty interesting.
Generally with our movie review show, and you can check that out by going to youtube.com/Schmoes.
Not backslash. Don't
Just
get in
Schmoes,
trouble.
Just slash.
Just slash Schmoes no. Yeah. And
however you get to the YouTube channel, you can check out our reviews. They're generally 6 to 7 minutes long, but with a movie like this, we're going to gush for a little bit.
And here's some news. Before our guest today is going to be Andrew Santino. If you guys have been watching the new season of Punk'd, which is really funny, by the way, he's like the new Dax Shepard, and we'll talk to him about that when he gets in. But some exciting news this week, and we mentioned it on our channel. And for those of you who may or may not know, if you've been watching our channel, Mark and I are officially the first ever YouTube movie reviewers to be certified on Rotten Tomatoes. How about that?
That's us clapping for ourselves.
Yeah,
no one else. We don't have an audience in the studio.
No, but what I hope it does is that because the way it happened was the editor-in-chief, Matt Atchity, had come on and was a guest on our show, and we had mentioned it to him, and he's like, it's a good idea. We actually, that's probably a way to go to start certifying movie reviewers on video reviewers and stuff too, and I'm hoping that we open the door, and I hope more people will eventually start to get in. And
we had him on the podcast. We tied him up to a chair. We bound him. We gagged him at gunpoint.
Kind of. I don't remember it that way.
But it is cool. And you kind of hope that we're going to be like the fullback that's just blocking and makes it a little bit easier for everybody else in the YouTube reviewing community to get on there. It's just
cool. I mean, it was pretty cool. If you go to Rotten Tomatoes for the Avengers review, and you look at like all the certified, we're up there and we're on the front page, and it's just everybody goes to Rotten Tomatoes, so it's fun. It's like you feel like you accomplished something. It's like you feel good.
Yeah. If you had told me when I was in college that I'd be on Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know what that means, but now it's like, and actually it's a really cool thing. Right. You go to Rotten Tomatoes, they have all the movies that are out, and you will just look at the percentage. It's a very easy way to grade how everybody in the movie community feels about a film that just came out. Like The Avengers, for example, is I believe 94.
94. But you know what's cool about Rotten Tomatoes
out of
doing
100.
This, by the way? It shows that they're not just saying, oh, we believe in just the, there's some people that may seem as the elitist type of critics. There's some that are a little more free with the writing, but they're saying everybody who can express movie opinion and has like an audience that's watching, they're listening and they want it's moving along, and I really applaud Rotten Tomatoes for doing that as well. I think that was a really so it's a forward step.
It's a big breakthrough. Because you don't have to wear, you don't have to look good in a suit and tie or even own one to be able to be
apparently
a
not.
real reviewer
Apparently
on
not.
Rotten Tomatoes.
It's true. I'm not wearing one of my nerd shirts today, but
I'm dressed up. I got my big Van Halen shirt on.
Okay. All right. So what is this week all about? Because next week's going to be all about the Avengers, because we're going to give everybody a break to see it.
We thought about, we did kick around the idea of doing an All Avengers podcast on the Wednesday before the movie comes out, because we have already seen it. Then we're like, you know what? That's going to be a spoiler-laden hour. We can go 10 minutes without spoiling something. An hour, that's a different story.
Well, but next week is going to be Freddie Lockhart, good friend of ours, comedian who's been on the show before. He's going to come on, and we're going to do a very heavy, spoiler-heavy Avengers podcast next week. So make sure you guys come check out. So what's today? What are we doing? What are we talking about? Movie news, my friend. There's a lot of movie news that came out. When we do our movie news segment, it's going to be everything that happened from last Wednesday until today.
Okay.
So
right up to even breaking news that could be this morning.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I kind of went through and saw, and some news that I was checking out, and just ones that I was saying to me, this could be stuff that maybe the audience wants to hear about or wants to talk about. And the first thing that I read that I thought was interesting was that the Skyfall, the new James Bond movie, the trailer debuted. Where the hell did it debut? A screening took place at CinemaCon in Las Vegas.
CinemaCon in Las Vegas, because we all go to Las Vegas to watch movies.
Yeah, so from what it looks like, people are excited about it, and there's a couple of spoilers here and too. We got this news story from darkhorizons.com. You can check that out over there. But it's
there's spoilers for a trailer. There's like,
they just let you know
stuff that you don't want to know going
I don't want to know
the
yet
trailer.
Some people want to wait until it comes out, until it's going to debut for Men in Black 3. That's the first time you're going to see it. So, there's buzz on it already.
Okay, but then these people in Vegas have seen it, but it hasn't leaked online yet.
No, let's see if I can.
I'm just happy that there is a new James Bond movie that's coming out and is being filmed or has been filmed. Because a couple years ago, MGM was going bankrupt. Nobody knew when the next James Bond movie was going to be able to come, if it was going to happen.
Well, because all that stuff with MGM, because we got Cabin in the Woods. Thank God, because that was part of that whole MGM. For you guys that don't know, it's like in a hold up financially. And Red Dawn was on the shelf. It's finally coming out. The remake, another Chris Hemsworth one. That guy was been on the shelf for as long as Thor was in Asgard.
Yeah.
So it's cool that the MGM was able to get their stuff back, and because of it, we're going to see Bond. And from the last movie, it looked like he was getting more into Bond and less of Bourne.
Yeah, he had the Quantum of Solace. That was really like him at his breaking point, and now he's going to turn into James Bond.
Yeah, so I'm curious about
I heard
that.
He drinks like Heineken or something in this one, though. He doesn't drink the martini, shaken, not stirred. And that's fine if you're Mark Ellis at a party, but come on, man, you're James Bond.
Right. Now, our guest is here, so I'm telling him to come upstairs. But there's another story that came out. I wanted to talk to our guest about this one, but I'll start with you, Mark.
Oh, good. Thank you for including me.
I figured it'd be nice to do that. I was reading this story, and I was contemplating whether or not I was going to put it or not. James Cameron, you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
He's a director.
Made a few movies in his life.
Something here and there. And there's the sequels to Avatar, okay? Avatar is going to apparently be filmed in China. The sequels. Do they need the money from us? Shouldn't we be shooting here? Shouldn't we? I think that
I don't know what the tax breaks are in China. Everybody shoots in like Michigan or Vancouver
come on, James
to get
Cameron.
the tax break. Where'd they shoot the first
one?
one?
Why does he need a tax break? He doesn't need a tax break, James Cameron. But this is my thing is that this guy is responsible for the two biggest movies financially in history, and he's shooting in China. What are you doing?
Well, where else can you shoot? Can you shoot on Pandora? I don't know. Isn't the whole thing computer generated? Can't you just get a green screen? You could shoot it here at the Lovitz.
I'm glad shoot it at the Lovitz. Yeah. Exactly. I don't know.
It's all green screen though. It's all this computer rendered world. So why do you need to shoot anywhere? Why can't you shoot in Burbank?
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to work.
Is there some lush Chinese forest, like a rainforest thing going on over there?
I guess.
Are there pandas in the new one?
Look, the Titanic film, this is a quote from, again, Dark Horizons. The Titanic filmmaker who's been visiting Beijing over the past few days says that the question is, he's asking what's required of us in terms of configuring the market for the Chinese marketplace and what economic benefit they get in return. So they're negotiating, and it's like, I don't know. I just don't. I would like to see them filmed here. You know, it's like. Call me a crazy American. I want to see it here.
They're taking all of our good movies and they're putting them overseas.
But it's this particular movie because it's number 2 to the movie of the biggest movie of all time. Mm-hmm. I just think we could use the cash right now. Is what
America
I'm saying.
Could use the cash. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so the next story that comes out.
Christian drives a Ford Explorer. Everybody should know that.
I know,
it's an American made.
I'm going to sell it.
Really?
I need to sell it. It's a whole other story. All right, so
that's not on Dark Horizons.
No,
Christian Harloff announces
that
he's
won't
got
be
to
on
get
Dark
rid of his
Horizons
Explorer.
Yet. But again, another story coming out of CinemaCon in Las Vegas.
This thing's huge. Why weren't we? When was CinemaCon?
Why weren't we? Because we're schmoes.
But I was in Vegas a few weeks ago. Why didn't I hear about CinemaCon? When was it?
It was last Thursday, I believe.
Okay, no, I missed it.
All right. So during the press rounds at last past week's CinemaCon, Fox Studio chief Tom Rothman, he spoke to MTV News about a number of features on the company's upcoming film slate, and he gave some reactions to recent news stories. Now, they were talking about Prometheus.
Yeah, prequel to Alien coming out in June.
Now, it's not rated yet. The MPA,
Still?
No, it hasn't rated it yet. And so, although because the past movies were rated R, you're thinking it could be R, but PG-13, Fox is notorious for targeting PG-13.
Die Hard.
It was the last one, yeah. So I'm going, uh-oh. And although this guy, the Tom Rothman, says that they're not cutting a frame, they're not doing anything, they're just going to let the MPA... I don't buy it. I think that they want it to be PG-13. They want to get more people in there. Come on in, you creep. We got Andrew Santino has arrived. He's been walking around aimlessly. I don't know what the hell he's been looking. What's up there, buddy?
Stumbling around the catacombs.
God knows what he's doing. He's got
a
this is where you're sitting. Fantastic beard. You are definitely not happy to be up this early. I can tell it in your face.
Let me put these on.
There he goes. Hey.
Is this on?
I don't know. I can't really hear you. Can you hear him?
Check.
I can't really hear Andrew yet.
Jeff's going to be coming in. We don't really need to hear him. We just want to look at him.
Just
look at that beard.
sit there and listen to what we had to say.
Look at that beard.
Turn this on so I can make fun of these guys.
There you go.
There we go.
What's up, buddy? How excited are you to be here at 9 in the morning?
Let me start by saying thanks, Jeff, for turning this on. Let me start
bringing
by
a calming influence to the Schmoes podcast.
I want to say hi to all 6 people that are listening.
Oh, you're wrong.
Now.
You are wrong, my friend. You are completely wrong. But go ahead. You're gonna get a phone calls.
And my 2 favorite people in the comedic world, Christian Harloff and Mark Ellis.
Oh, thank God you said
nice
my name. Thank God you said my name.
I'm happy to be here.
No, you're not.
No,
I sent him a text. I said, did you get my email? Very nice email. He writes back, fuck you.
Fuck you. No, I'm
so what's up, buddy?
I'm happy. I'm lost in the matrix of the John Lovitz comment. I have no idea.
Where are you going?
This is the funniest location ever to have.
Yeah, there's like phantoms of operas that live below the boards here at Lovitz. It's always been a confusing place to get to as a comic because you got to park at Universal City. So you have to be like the dad that's taking the whole family.
Yeah.
Who wants to go see a comedy show, kids?
Right.
Park in Jurassic. Jurassic's close.
Mr. Santino, we were talking movie news, but I want to take a break from the movie news for a second. I want to talk about what the hell's been going on with you, my friend. I've known Andrew for a long time, and he is now. Actually, for the YouTube movie reviewing community, you might know him as Duncan Rocks, but recently. My man is now you are the Dak Shepard now
I'm the new
of
Dak
Punk.
Shepard.
You're the
Huge on Punk, buddy.
How many times have you gotten that already?
I'm actually the new Mark Ellis.
You know what?
Know your history
alumni.
of MTV's
That's
Punk.
right. But Fat Ellis.
Yeah.
If
you and me are both Punked alumni, then you are. It's like the beginning of Animal House, where they go and you're the one playing piano and talking to girls, and I'm in the corner with Lonnie and Chug Dish, and I'm going to help myself to plenty of punch and cookies at the Punked alumni
you're
party.
Eating the whole time.
Well, and I have to tell you, I didn't.
You're great on the show.
You are.
You are great on the program.
Well, I like what they did though. They kind of did a Saturday Night Live type thing to it now, where they have a celebrity come in and host it.
Yeah. Every week we do a new guest celebrity host, it's great because if you didn't like the last host, you can watch the next episode, and hopefully you'll be a fan of them. And if you're not a fan of them, just stop watching the show. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, because what it does is it turns it back to you guys, and you guys become like the ensemble cast, like SNL.
And it's great. We get to play with all these really fun, famous people. I mean, Justin Bieber hosted, Miley Cyrus, Tyler the Creator, like all these really different people from like, extremely different worlds hosted, and it was really cool to get to know them and see who they really are, which is typically cool. Thank you, Jeff. He just got my jacket, which is typically really cool people.
Well, which one of them did you want to punch in the face? Be honest. It had to be somebody.
Everybody's got a thing against Bieber, but I got nothing against the
He looked like he was having fun, to be honest. I
love the kid.
He seems like a cool kid he happens to be really, really famous and talented. Yeah. And the hair is fantastic. I got nothing but good things to say about the hair.
He's a pretty person. He's a beautiful, pretty person.
Looks like a chick.
He's very good looking.
He's 15.
Yeah.
No,
he's 16. He's driving now.
Look at this guy.
Oh boy, he's driving.
He's driving around town.
You know what I liked? One of the episodes I saw. He really had fun doing what he was doing, and you guys should check out this season. DVR, TiVo, do whatever you kids are doing these days, and check it. One of the things, the one that I liked the best was the Zac Efron one. I laughed. I texted you and told you that I almost spit a drink on my daughter's face. It was 5 months old. They are driving around, and you stayed with this guy's friends for a couple days, right? Is that?
Yeah, he's got these two buddies, these two friends that are total delinquent goofballs that he lets into his life, and
it's like Entourage.
Is that his entourage? Like LeBron has all these handlers that
they're two turtles,
right? Awesome.
But one of the kids is from the South, and we infiltrated them, and we kept saying that I was from the South. So I had this, this accent, Zach, and I talked like this the whole time, and I was there for 2 days beforehand. We were just drinking, partying, hanging out. So by the time that the bit came to do, he totally thought I was just a buddy of his friends from home.
Right.
And then it came out in the bit that I was breaking parole, and I was gone from Tennessee for 3 weeks and stuff.
Hysterical.
That is undercover cop shit. That's like you're like Tom Sizemore in Point Break. Yeah. Remember that? And then you cowboys show up.
Dude, it's so funny. He's in the back, and Efron is so uncomfortable, everything going on, and and Andrew wants to take pictures of him with the cops, and Efron says something to him, and he turns back and goes, "You're a dick.
You're a dick, you're a dick, Zach. Man. You're a big old dick." So and he wasn't. He's such a pleasant dude.
Well, that was the thing, though. Is I'm thinking, did they want to prank him because of the Lucky One?
No, you know what? Yeah.
Have you seen that thing? I want to prank him because of that movie.
I'm actually,
I thought I was being pranked in that movie.
I'm in a huge lawsuit right now.
For what?
Because that's my story.
You're lying. Are you
I
kidding?
found a photo of a girl.
You're lying.
Really? You walked from
We just
Colorado.
got punked. We just got punked.
You just got punked.
We just got punked. Well, you are schmoed, my friend, and it is actually, it's really cool to have you here. We're trying to get you on for a little bit. And Andrew, actually, if you check out our District 9 movie review from years ago, you actually see his mug in there as well.
So when I had more hair then.
Well, you still got a lot of hair.
I do like a comb over coif. This is just a slick way of covering up baby thin hair.
How long, by the way? Are you guys still shooting right now?
We're done.
You're done.
We're done shooting. All 12 episodes are going to be 13 episodes will air total with a one special edition episode. We're on episode 5.
Okay.
So tune in this Thursday.
Who are you getting? Who's hosting?
This Thursday, the host is this guy. You may have never heard of. His name's Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon.
Yeah, I wish it would have been Nick Cannon or whatever his name. Oh no, I was just driving here and I saw Howard Stern on the billboard. I'm like, how did they get Howard Stern to be on with Nick Cannon? Are you kidding me?
What I love about that is that I was listening to Stern last year, and they actually played. One of the things that Howard Stern liked to do for a little while was play clips of Nick Cannon's radio show, and just laugh because he just talks about nothing.
It's so true. He's awful.
If you think the Schmoes podcast talks about nothing, listen to Nick Cannon's old radio show.
At least, oh my God! But sorry, so he's hosting.
No, so Nick's hosting, and he in this episode he gets the new boys, who you may or may not know, 2 young guys. I think they're the guys that taught us how to Dougie. I don't know if that's the. Listen, I don't know these kids.
Okay,
they literally give us a name, like a lineup of people. They're like, oh, here's who we're punking. I know none of these people.
But that's got to make it a lot easier for you.
Well, it makes me feel old, is what it does.
No, come on, it's got to make you. It doesn't make you go, okay. Now, because I feel old, I'm going to get them even more.
Yeah, no. Right. I knew the new
These young whippersnappers.
Yeah, they were. They were 2 young guys, 2 young rappers. We put them in a fake club situation because they were underage, and we never let them into the club. Like we go through the hoopla, like, yeah, let me see your ID, go through this door. Like this door leads to like 9 other doors, like Labyrinth. It was like very
awesome. Are you the bouncer?
I was the host.
Okay.
I was like the lead. I was the lead. What's that guy? Like a concierge. I don't know how to like explain. I was like the host guy that would like sit them at the table. The VIP guy.
No, I know whatever the stupid guy's name is. But yeah, the other thing I forgot as you were saying that. What was the girl's name with the dog?
Shanae Grimes.
Dude, did you see that episode, Mark?
No. Ellis isn't watching none of these.
No, he hasn't.
I don't watch. I can't watch.
He will watch it.
He doesn't like me.
No, he doesn't.
Not a Santino fan.
The guy hasn't seen Shawshank Redemption.
Touch me.
He hasn't seen Shawshank Redemption. Okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So you're gonna do okay in the game.
I haven't seen Shawshank. Yeah.
I
have a couple big holes, but now it's kind of a fun thing to keep them because with the fans kind of goose me on, and you know they have to hit me harder if they really want me to watch Shawshank. I hear it's good.
But that's
I hear good things. I hear there's a prison involved.
How do you miss it though? How do you like it? Literally is playing right now.
This is the problem I have when people attack me for not seeing Shawshank because like, dude, it's on all the time. Yeah. I'm not setting my alarm, but Shawshank's on TBS at 2. I better get home. If I don't want to catch a movie in the middle of it,
if you go home and you get home at like 11 o'clock today, it'll be on. It'll start at 11 sometime.
100%.
I guarantee you.
100%. I'm one of 7 channels. Yeah. It's on right now.
You creeped that girl out.
Shanae Grimes. Let me tell you something. Let me back up. By the way, when I came in here, I'm very hungover. I'm very proud to be. I'm very proud to be here with these two genius gentlemen.
You're hobnobbing now with the celebs. Of course.
Where were you last night?
Ashton Kutcher.
Did you play basketball last night?
I didn't play ball. I got stuck on the west side. You know what? I went to a meet. This is your listeners don't care about me. I went to a meeting at 5 o'clock on the west side. Never again will I do that. I got stuck on Olympic between Barrington and the 405. Half an hour.
Oh, dude,
I punched and bruised my steering wheel emblem. Of my Subaru, by the way. That's how famous people... We get Subaru. You get on TV, kids, you get a Subaru. That's how rich I am now. MTV's really shelling out the bucks.
You punk Zac Efron. Here's your Subaru.
Viacom's really crushing it, guys. Thanks for the checks. The Subaru's great. I love it.
What do you mean you want more money? You got to stand next to Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, what do you mean Nick Cannon is going to be here today? Great. Thanks.
Nick Cannon, we got to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, you should have Nick. So I got stuck on the west side.
Yeah. Shanae.
So I couldn't make it to basketball. Ellis is talking about comedian basketball, of course, for listeners that don't know. At 7, starting at 7 over there at what's it called?
Pan Pacific Center.
PPC. Sorry,
they had to move it from Staples because another team was playing there last night.
Come on. So let's talk about Shanae and the dog.
Oh yeah, Shanae Grimes, a girl from 90210.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, this girl was so freaked out. What we did was we left a dog by the front door of a friend's house. We put 2 numbers on the dog tag, and she was like, "Oh my God, there's a lost dog." She takes it and she calls both numbers. They both go to voicemail. Of course, I show up to pick up this dog because it's, I'm like Mr. Creepy Pants, like, hey, what's going on? Look at you, hot, sexy chick with a dog. I just take the dog, and then the real owner shows up, and she's like, what did you do with my dog? And she's like, oh, that gave it to the first guy. Is that like a friend or something? She's like, no, that's an old work number. That could be anybody. So then she had to call me and coerce me to coming back with the dog, but I was being creepy. I was like, what are we going to have, a jammy party? You want to hang out?
What are you wearing, asser?
Yeah, and she was the same thing I was earlier, dude. So creeped out.
This chick locked herself in the bathroom and called her mother.
Crying.
It was
She
crazy.
thought I was coming back to physically assault her.
That's great television.
It was incredible.
It is insane. So you guys should, again, these things are running right now. I watched a whole bunch of them the other day, and you should too. But Santino's also a big movie fan. We've seen him at a bunch of screenings, and we've talked to him about coming on and talking some movie news. And we mentioned this briefly before you got on. I wanted to see what you thought about this. James Cameron, who we all have heard of in this room, he's doing the Avatar sequel, and he's shooting it apparently in China. I had a kind of an issue with it because I think we need the cash right now.
Yeah.
Captain America's pissed off that we're outsourcing our biggest movies.
I totally agree.
To China.
Yeah. Why China?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
we can build a fake China right here at Universal.
But maybe the wall's involved somehow.
The one guy who has enough cash to go, you know what? Let's take the tax break. We don't need the tax break here. I can do it. And he still wants to shoot it somewhere else. Come on, guy.
That's what it's turning into though. Now they don't even they want the real deal. It's not. I think it's more about like he wants to be able to say he put a whole crew in China. I think it's less to do with like you can recreate China. We have a Koreatown here. It looks the exact same.
It's beautiful. There's dragons and everything.
Yeah.
I think the thing is like filmmakers always like to brag. Remember when Indiana Jones, or I'm reading about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, they bragged about it because we shot this on 3 different continents.
Right.
Like that's supposed to get my panties in a bunch.
So all right, I had a feeling he'd be on the same page. But all right, the next story that I wanted to jump into.
Wait, time out real quick. What about James Cameron diving to the center of the earth?
He's a nut. Yeah, that's the other thing too. He's kind of adventurous. He spent like 10 years underwater in between Titanic and
movies.
Avatar.
Yeah, he hadn't made movies.
That's why I'm not surprised that he's doing this China thing. The guy's nuts. He went on Letterman just to like promote his self dive, and they were like, "Oh, you fancy yourself like an engineer too?" He's like, "Well, it worked."
Yeah,
right. I mean, he's so braggadocio. He just wants to show off. That's what it is.
You know how kids when they're pissed off and they just storm into the room, that's their happy place. Yeah. James Cameron's happy place is next to the actual Titanic. He's like, yeah, screw you guys. I'm going to go underwater and hang out with this 100-year-old boat.
So actually, before we get to the next story, I want to Mark. We got a phone call.
We're going to take a phone call after the break because we are going to go to break.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I wanted to talk about Sherry's Berries really quickly.
Oh, please do that.
Not because they're part of our advertising, but just because I think that we should start buying our guests that we have on the program. Sherry's Berries. Listen to this deal.
Hair.
You can get giant dip strawberries from Sherry's Berries starting at $19.99. That's over 40% savings.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, huh?
Wow.
And so you just go to berries.com, you click on the mic in the top corner, and you type in the code TOADHOP, and so our listeners can get double the berries. Get this, guys, just $10 more.
Oh, shit.
That's right. Visit berries.com, BERRIES.com. Offer expires midnight on Friday, so if you listen to this on the podcast, you may be shit out of luck. But in the meantime, it is the Schmoes No Movies podcast. We are here with Punk's Andrew Santino, and we are going to be right back after the break. Welcome back to the Schmoes No Movies podcast here on the Toad Hop Network. It is a jazzy Wednesday morning here, kids. Get your mint juleps. We are doing the Charleston. And I want to wish a very happy birthday to a very special lady in my life.
Who you got?
It is my mom's birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Lynn Ellis is celebrating her birthday. And what better way to have mom celebrate her birthday or Mother's Day than send her some Pro Flowers? It's a great way. Christian, you can send your wife Pro Flowers. Andrew, you can send whoever is the special person in your life.
Thanks for rubbing it in, Alice.
Flowers. And if you use our code, you can get a dozen rainbow roses for mom plus a free glass vase for only $19.99. Just go to proflowers.com, click on the mic, and type in the code TOADHOP. And all of our listeners can get second dozen in chocolates for just $10 more. Guess what, guys? That's 40% savings. Three dudes who are going to impress some chicks for Mother's Day. That's right here in this room. This is the Schmoes No Movies podcast. I am Mark Ellis.
And I'm Christian. And guess what? That song that we played during the break, we got a little surprise for you guys. If you guys call in at 888-520-4374, and you can guess that song, we will give you a shout-out in one of our next videos. So call on in and let us know if you know what that song was.
We got a couple people on the line.
Let's take one of our callers now. Who you got, Mark?
All right. Caller, you are on the line with the Schmoes. What's up?
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Oh, look at this.
I hope that's the only Spanish you know, because that's the only stuff I
know. No.
What's up, man?
What
you got?
How you doing?
Good. What's up? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
All right.
It's Romero, by the way.
Hey, what's up, Romero? How are you, dude? Hey, did you hear any of the movie stories that we talked about in the first half?
Yeah, I've been on here on hold for the past first 30 minutes.
Oh, great. Did you? So what do you think?
Thank you, Romero. We apologize.
He's either pissed or just wants to let you know about that.
I know. Well, both. Well, both. So, first of all, before we get into the movie stories, have you watched this season of Punk'd?
Yes, I actually have. Yeah, I actually have watched. I'm actually more interested in it now that they've got a little bit more guest hosts coming in, different people coming in. So I find it a bit more intriguing now than that other person.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
You can say it out loud.
You can say Ashton. It's fine. That's okay. Well,
he's not taking. He won't take offense to it while he's swimming in his Scrooge McDuck vault of money.
That's true. So, what do you think of our buddy Andrew so far on the show?
I'm the orange one, by the way, Romero. I'm the orange.
I am fully aware of that. No, it's cool. I'm actually a huge fan of his. You know, I really love him hosting Punk. You know, I actually saw that episode. I can't wait to see that episode. The one he was talking about the dog and everything.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. You should check it out for sure. But Romero, it's great to have you on, man. Thank you for calling in. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me on, you guys.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you soon, dude.
Take care.
All right, let's take another call here.
Yeah.
You're on with the Schmoes No podcast. Now, did you hear were you able to hear the score at halftime? Do you have a guess as to what movie that's from?
No.
Are you sleeping?
Are you asleep at the wheel? Let's try this one. All right, here we go. Hey, you're on with the Schmoes podcast. Do you know what song that was playing at halftime for Eddie Money tickets? Okay, good. Thank you.
It is working out. We're gonna do one more call here, and then if not, we're going back to the stories.
All right, here we go.
Last
one
one.
more call. Hey, it's the Schmoes No podcast. Do you know what song that was playing at halftime? What movie was that from?
Everyone's at work. Everyone's at their cubicle.
We're not hearing anything. All right, back to the story. So if you guys,
I feel like these phones are punking me.
It's unbelievable.
What's happening here?
I
Santino.
really want more callers.
We'll
bad.
get more calls.
I'm serious because I love that.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
great.
To hear these.
Well, listen,
Bam,
keep
get
calling
that
in, guys.
It
You want
lights
one more? And Andrew,
we're
what's
gonna
another
try one more for Andrew.
What do you got?
Thank you for calling the Schmoes No podcast.
You are terrible at this. You got a dial tone.
It's not me. It's the phones. I'm telling you.
Hang up.
There we go.
All right.
You're on with the Schmoes.
Here we go. Hello?
Yeah, you got to turn your computer down, bud.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, this is Tony Morrow, a.k.a. Far Cry.
Oh, we were waiting for you.
Do you know what song that was at halftime?
No, I have no idea. I had no idea what that was.
All right. Well, we've come to a screeching halt here.
Yeah. All right. Well, good game. Thanks for calling, Tony.
All right. Let's get back to the news because this is what we need. This is what we're all about. Now, are you guys? I know that I've talked about the Snow White and the Huntsman movie that's coming out now. When it initially was announced, I wanted nothing to do with it. The trailers have been pretty epic.
Can we just take a minute to just recap how awful those phone calls were?
It was a disaster.
Just what happened.
Why are we going back to it?
I haven't been that nervous working the phones since I asked the hottest girl to prom when I was a junior.
You looked like a 50s operator that was just so nervous.
To pass me through to the switchboard. I need roller skates and like a little skirt.
You were sweating.
Remember Angelina Jolie and Changeling? That was her job. That's how I feel.
That's not my son.
I just saw a breakdown as your.
He was so nervous.
Your thin fingers were twiddling across these lights.
You know what? I'll take that because nobody's ever called my fingers thin. I just got an iPhone last week, and these little weenies that I have on the ends of my hands.
I'm breaking this iPhone anyway. Throwing this thing out. I'm done.
Dude, you want to throw something? Take my BlackBerry and piss all over it in your next episode.
Oh, you should have seen Grandpa. When I picked up Christian last week for something, his BlackBerry was freezing. He's walking the dog. He's got his pajamas on, and he's throwing his phone at the sidewalk. I'm not even making that up. He's so mad that it's frozen.
It wasn't mad. It was because that's what I need to do. That's how bad my phone is. In order to get it to unjam, I have to throw it into the walk.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's like the old Nintendo. You have to smack it to get it working.
Yeah, and you got to blow in the sides. Yeah. Anyway, so this Huntsman and a Snow White thing, right?
Yeah.
The trailer.
Wouldn't that be great? I think that's how it's being advertised in England. Go see Huntsman and the Snow White thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Go see Huntsman the Snow White thing. A great program.
It's pretty good. Now they have apparently they already. This thing hasn't even come out, and they're
Snow White and the Huntsman. It comes out the first week in June.
But they just announced they're working on a sequel to it already. The thing hasn't even come out. How do we know it's going to do well?
Now, what does working on a sequel mean? Does that mean that doesn't mean
they're penning a sequel? And the studio is hoping to fast track the project with the first film's scriptwriter Rupert Sanders making its next project that he's going to direct.
Now, I'm not the Hollywood insider that you two gentlemen are, but I have a feeling that when you say that they're working on a sequel, that means they got a couple guys in a room kicking around ideas as to where it could go, and then if it does well opening weekend, then there's like a light that goes off, and it's like in a submarine where it's time to launch the missiles.
Are we ready? Go, go, go!
Yeah,
like that type of thing. So, I mean, if it does well, sure. I mean, it's just kind of inevitable to do that. But
it's a bold choice. It's almost like when I heard that when Hangover got signed on, they bought all 3 Hangovers. Do you know this? When the first one got let out, they bought. I thought that. I mean, of course, it was going to do well. It was a great script and everything, but. Still, that's a big leap to be like, we'll do 3 of them. Three is a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
For a comedy.
Well, I mean, and especially after the second one was, but it made sense.
Well, I hope The Hangover has like a Return of the Jedi kind of thing because the second one, it was The Empire Strikes Back. Not that it was a great movie, but it was really dark and you kind of felt, I felt sweaty and hungover. And I didn't really want to feel that. Now, I have my own stuff going on, obviously, in the theater that day.
I felt sweaty. I felt sweaty and hungover reading the next story. Sam Raimi is going to produce a Poltergeist remake.
Okay,
Why?
I'm not making that noise yet.
Why? It's like there's all this there's all these horror movies that come out every other Wednesday. That's like something new or found footage thing, and they're at least new. It's like, why do you have to remake one of the best horror movies of all time? You're not Spielberg.
You're not the biggest horror fan in the world. It's fair to say that.
But exactly. So me making a stink over it is something.
I think a horror fan maybe would have a different take. I mean, obviously the first Poltergeist is a classic because you have a pre-coach Craig T. Nelson, you have the little girl, you have the TV coming on, all that cool imagery that will last in cinema forever. But I wouldn't mind seeing another interpretation of a cool haunted house movie.
Yeah. I'm old school. I don't want to see the new. I don't want to see it again. I don't like when they try to remake it and it looks really cool. I like that it was old and let it be the way it was.
I think it's almost an insult to the poor little girl. You know, it's like.
You're going to play that card, really?
Yeah.
Because she's no longer with us, so there's nothing that she can't make a cameo in this one.
I'm going to be her lawyer.
And that's
that's what I'm going to do. Leave her alone.
Christian Harloffstein.
Yeah,
that's right.
I can't wait to see your lawyer commercial on ESPN in the morning. Hey, are you a dead little girl? I will take your case on.
Oh, we're going to a bad place right now, boys.
All right. What happens when Santino joins the podcast?
This is like, I saw Cabin in the Woods, by the way.
What'd you think? Get out of here, really?
Come on, everyone loves it so much. I've got to be the guy that doesn't like it that much.
Yeah, you're that guy. But did you see it after the hype?
Yeah,
well, that's
I just saw it a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's why. Because it just was so creative and so
fun.
I
think the comedy portions of it was hysterical. I think it was very cool. But I also think that there was a ton of holes in the storyline. You want to really talk about? It was ridiculous. Like they didn't tie any ends up.
You're supposed to though that movie.
Do something fun with it. I don't know.
Of course, again, the Santino family. Tell us really quick how your dad felt about Avatar.
When my dad and I were watching the preview for Avatar, he goes, "No one's ever going to go see that." Like, what are you talking about? He goes, "Come on, who wants to see all those people dancing around and winging and stuff in foreign worlds? What are you talking about? That's a stupid movie."
Don't take him to Vegas.
No, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well, no, he's against that too. He's like, "What, are you going to go there and win money? How do you think they keep the lights on, stupid?" Everything's negative.
Well, hopefully,
the wisdom of Mr. Santino.
Hopefully your dad is not predicting the Avengers to flop because we saw it. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring that up is because there's a couple Avengers stories. There's two of them. The first one is that they're talking about Iron Man once Downey leaves.
Yeah.
They want to continue the brand of Iron Man. So the question was, are they going to reboot it? What are they going to do? And they said that they're going to make it more of like a James Bond thing that, hopefully he doesn't leave and they keep him on for a long time. But if he does choose to leave, they're going to do more of a Bond thing and replace him.
And just have like a Roger Moore step in like nothing ever changed.
Yeah, can I read you Downey's quote? Downey's quote is fantastic. I would really hate for someone else to think they could come. I would really hate for someone else to think they could come step into my shoes. I wonder who's playing Tony Stark next. I know that things are looking like they could go on for a while. Blah 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 blah. But I just it's the matter of the fact that he says,
not agree with Robert Downey Jr. anymore. He is Iron. There is no other guy that I ever want to see play Iron Man.
Right.
Tony Stark. You could put anybody in the Iron Man suit. You wouldn't know who it is.
He's a great Tony
That's a very
Stark.
good point. And it may even be somebody else in that Iron Man suit.
That's his double.
It's going to be very tough for anybody to take over, especially if they're going to do it, like within a 2 or 3 year period. Yeah. That's hard to do because even though the third one hasn't come out yet, Shane Black's directing it. He's got a good track record. I'm going to guarantee it's going to be good. Not shitty like the last Sam Raimi Spider-Man or the last Joel Schumacher Batman, to where people go, okay, those were so terrible, let's reboot it. You're not going to have that problem with Iron Man, I don't think. But you never know. Like, if it's so bad in the next one, they're flying around shooting cartoon bears or something, they're like, oh, maybe it should be reboot.
That was in the original script, I believe, cartoon. But who do you think is going to be, who would you think could fit it?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't think there's anybody right now that can do it.
I'll say this. When I saw the preview for Men in Black with Josh Brolin being a young Tommy Lee Jones, I thought that was like the coolest thing they ever finding that. They're the same person.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, not anything towards the movie, just when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that looks like a young Tommy Lee Jones.
Right. But with Iron Man, I would even rather see somebody play Batman. I'd rather see I could handle somebody else being Batman and Bruce Wayne over Christian Bale before I could have somebody else be
and it's
Iron
so
Man.
fresh. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, listen, there's other Avengers talk that's very interesting to me is the fact that I was a big Hulk fan. The Ang Lee one was atrocious. I mean, you walk into if it's playing on TV or was in the theater, you just get this stink. It's that bad. But it
wafts out of your TV.
It's horrendous. It's so bad. It's just so bad. But the one that came out with Ed Norton in 2008, did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
I dug it.
I thought it was
It
good.
was fine.
Yeah.
I dug it. I liked the emotion behind it and everything, what they did. And in the Avengers, Ruffalo's character does play like that movie is him, which I dig.
Yeah.
A week ago, they asked one of the studio guys if there was going to be a Hulk movie, and he's like, nah, he plays better with, just the Avengers or something too. But now, because the Hulk is the best thing in the Avengers, they're saying there's going to be another Hulk movie.
There should.
Yeah, people love that. So, and I made the point that I had to cut it for my review, but I think that the Hulk is a great character in something like the Avengers. He's the great safety valve. He's like the 3-point specialist where you kick it out to him and he knocks down a few big shots. But as far as a whole movie based on him, I think that's the toughest one to pull off.
Yeah.
I like the Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton, but I was still getting a little tired afterwards because he's okay. Now he's going to Hulk up and he's going to beat the shit out of some stuff.
I love that movie.
Maybe they'll put in some interesting twist that he doesn't Hulk up. Maybe he hulks down.
He shrinks.
He shrinks.
I like that. He's like a green
Lou Ferrigno.
Smurf.
I love that Lou Ferrigno came back and did his voice in the Avengers too.
Oh wait, I want to mention something. Last
Yeah.
night I was at a rap party last night for this pilot I did for John LeJoie in the league, one of the greatest.
Oh,
guys
nice.
in the
Yeah, we had him on the
planet.
podcast.
And guess who was there? Your bestie, Roddy Piper.
The
Because he was in his pilot.
Oh, great.
He does like a cameo. He plays himself.
Oh, so
and he's chest smacking John.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, you guys. Santino was in one of LeJoie's YouTube videos too. I think they pulled it though, didn't they? Pull it? No, they didn't pull that one.
I think they're still running. Well, I also did a couple of videos for him that he does on tour that he shows like in between his one-man act.
So check that out as well too. John LeJoie, he's been on the podcast. Good buddy. He's on the league. Buddies with Steve Renazzisi as well. All right, I'm going to do 2 more stories, and then we're going to jump. We'll take a phone call, and then we're going to play the game.
Yeah.
So let's do one of these stories that I think is great. I'm a huge Rambo fan. I love it. I couldn't get enough of the last one. And Rambo 5 looks more and more likely, my friend. I am super excited for it. I cannot wait. Now, what I loved about this interview is Stallone says that Rambo's destiny, it's not to be a farmer. It's not to be obscure.
I wonder what it is.
It is to go out in a blaze of glory in a heroic fashion.
Oh.
We're taking Rambo out in the last one.
Rambo's going to die.
Yeah, how are you going to do
old
it?
age. He's not going to get shot. He's just going to pass away like a natural causes.
Yeah.
He's like a
He's gonna have a
Jedi.
stroke.
I think he's just going to slowly disappear.
Yeah, he's going to be fighting prostate cancer. All right, so I'm excited, man. The last one, the 4th one to me was on TV the other day. It is so much fun. It's ridiculous.
It's a fun movie, but at this point, I think I'd rather just see more fun kind of Expendables collabs than I would.
The Expendables didn't have that same tone as the Rambo. Expendables, to me, was like a little too silly. Rambo was raw, dude. People were getting, and I like the fact he just gets on the back of he's so old, he gets back on the machine gun, he's not running around like, he was on that thing for like 20 minutes. Shooting everyone. Keep it. Shoot for people for an hour and a half. I'm in. I bought my ticket already.
Well, they had running scenes, and he was like, nah.
He did one. He almost passed out.
I'm going to sit down for most of this.
They're going to have a rascal scene in Rambo 5.
I'm all for it. You guys.
What's that wheelchair that goes up the stairs? The woman that goes up there, he's like shooting people going up and down the stairs.
I'm in.
That'd be a great slow-mo.
Look, Rambo could be literally going to a bagel store ordering cream cheese, and I'm there watching. All right, now the last story that I have to talk about before we get the hell out of here.
What's he going to get in his bag? Oh, cream cheese. Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Now,
Everything bagel!
I am not the biggest Steven Sommers fan, if you guys know from past videos that we've talked about.
He made the first G.I. Joe movie. And,
he also made The Mummy and Van Helsing. Yeah,
Okay.
but guess what?
Okay.
Universal Pictures has signed a 2-year first-look production deal with the fringe creators and Star Trek Transformers writers Alec Kurtzman and Robert Orci, and they're going to reboot both The Mummy and Van Helsing.
I'm never going to make it in this business.
Well, listen.
As long as this stuff's still happening.
Imagine you're Steven Sommers. Yeah, those movies sucked. Can you guys do them better? It's like, you're sitting home, you're like, wait a minute, that made money. Who cares? You're terrible. Everyone hates you.
I made The Mummy, I made Van Helsing, I made the first G.I. Joe. They all have sequels in production. Right. You're not involved in any of them.
All right, so let's take one more call here, and then we're going to get to the game.
All right, let's try to do this. I'm hoping...
Sweating again.
Lucas, are you there?
Wow, what is going on today with the phones?
I'm hitting the buttons, man. That's
he doing
all
something
that I
wrong,
know.
Jeff? Take somebody
Okay,
else.
George, how are you?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right. What's up, George? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, about Iron Man. By the way, I'm at work on my lunch break, so I have to be a little quiet.
Perfect.
Lunchtime, right?
I'm from New York.
It's a big world out there, Andrew.
That's awesome. I'm sorry, I didn't.
On Robert Downey Jr. as far as Iron Man goes, that movie rebooted his career, brought him back. I would be totally disappointed if they brought anyone else in. He owns Iron Man. He is Iron Man. Tony Stark is his baby. They should not bring anyone else in. I would be in tears. He just owns it so much, so well.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you've heard Tobey Maguire is up for it.
God, I would die.
Tobey Maguire can't grow the Iron Man goatee yet, much less walk around in the suit.
George, thanks a lot, pal. We really appreciate you calling. I agree with you, too,
Don't get fired today, George.
Yeah, all right. So,
take care.
Thanks, man. I really agree with George, too. It's going to be interesting. But look, they also said that, no one's going to be able to replace Charlie Sheen. 2.5 Men, that happened.
That did happen.
It's gotta be a joke. I'm driving on the 5 going down to Irvine, and I see a KTLA billboard that says 2.5 Men, the original one. That's what it says.
I saw that on
with
TV
a picture
the other
of
night.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Are you guys ready? Are you ready to do this, Santino?
I'm so ready.
All right. So for those of you first-time listeners out there, this is what we do. We play this game. And this game, what we do is we play some movie clips, and then the way you work, if you guess it first, you call out your name, you get a chance. We're going to play the first.
Your name is your buzzer. If you hear the movie clip and you know what movie it is, you say Andrew and you guess.
For right now, we're going to play the 3. You got to win by 2. And
just like
are you ready, Mr.
Just like the
Jeff, you ready to go?
Let's go.
Just like the dollar cinemas we grew up playing.
All right.
I know I'm going to lose.
And you do all right. Here we go. We're going to go with the first clip.
At Pacific Hills.
You ready, Jeff?
They're going nuts for me.
That's right.
It's my home team.
First time.
Well, let me tell you, people don't want a champion. They want to eat cheeseburgers, play the lotto, and watch television.
Hey, how did you get like this? I want to know.
There wasn't one thing, I can tell you that.
Mark.
Yeah.
Shawshank
Redemption.
No.
I knew that was coming.
That was a great way to lead me into that.
I knew it.
That is not.
I thought
right.
you were trying to throw a curveball.
Play the rest of the clip for Santino.
I just don't think I can continue to live in a place that embraces and nurtures apathy as if it was a virtue.
Come on.
Can I buzz in again?
No. I didn't say I was different or better. I'm not. Hell, I sympathize. I sympathize with
Really?
people.
I should be able to get this deal then if he can't get it. It's 7, right?
Yeah, but that's a nothing. You guys are terrible on that one. Oh, gross.
All right. Judge from the side.
Says the guy who picked the clip.
Right.
Come on, I could have gotten it. The guy said apathy.
Yeah, you picked the clip. Congratulations.
Suck my balls. All
Congratulations on going on YouTube.
All right, here we go. The next one. They didn't get the last one. They're not getting this one.
I think that's a car.
Hey, are you guys going to Davenport? My car died and I'm late for a luncheon.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Is this Dumb and Dumber?
No. All right. No, that's
right,
the wrong. That's the wrong one.
I think I'm going to get this.
Because I said I feel like that's a deleted scene. That's the same guy that's in Dumb and Dumber.
No.
No?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Can I hear the rest of the clip?
Wait, was that?
Thank you.
I got out of order.
Oh, that was Dumb and Dumber?
Sorry, yeah. All the clips got a little...
Oh, wait a minute then. So he guessed the clip.
He guessed the clip, so he's got it.
So, all right, so
he's
at 1. All right, I apologize.
See his attitude?
I'm looking at the wrong clips.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So, Jeff, you're going to have to... All right, so we're out of order here then.
So, listen for the
I was right, though. You guys going to... Right.
All right, well, then, you know what? Jeff's going to be running this thing then. So, all right, so Andrew's up 1-0. I apologize.
Just to let you know,
they start getting back in order.
All right.
To let you know, that's the gas man from Dumb and Dumber, by the way.
All right, you're right. I apologize. Yeah. I apologize. Okay.
All right.
On the day of my judgment, when I stand before God, and He asks me why did
Mark.
Yeah.
Is that the Green Mile?
Wow.
All right. Back in the game.
Terrible movie.
All right.
Side note.
All right. I don't get any positive reaffirmation sound effects because I got it right.
All right. All right. So all right, that was the Green Mile. All right. So we're tied at 1. You got to win by 2. All right. What do you got next?
Johnny, I need to talk to you.
No, not right now.
What's wrong with you? Why you got the weird look all over your face?
For our families,
Andrew,
what do you got?
In our communities.
There's
an ad running now.
Yeah, that's my computer. I can't.
Christian, what are you doing over there?
Technical disaster.
If you could
today.
stop watching Netflix while we're trying to have a podcast.
I think that's Wedding Crashers.
That's right.
Okay.
It is 2-1.
2-1. Santino trying to pull an upset.
Santino could steal it here.
Can Ellis hang in?
All right. What do you got?
Rape, murder, arson, and rape.
You said rape twice.
I like rape.
I know what this is. Andrew?
What do you got?
Is this Animal House?
No, it's not Animal House.
No, sir.
I know that line, though, until I said rape twice.
All right. Rest of the clip, please.
Sign right here. Very good. Badge.
Next!
Qualifications?
Arson, armed robbery.
Mark,
we got.
Is that Blazing Saddles?
All right. Wow, okay. So what are we at? 2 apiece, right?
2 apiece, yeah.
All right, you got to win by 2. All right, next one. It's a good clip.
That door creaks.
Hey, put the fucking gun down.
Andrew.
We got.
The Town.
No, sir.
Shit,
All right, let's hear it.
No, I know what it is now.
Wow.
Put the gun down, all right? I came here to talk some sense into you. All right, just
Come
act
on,
professional. I can get you your money.
What
Just
did you
act.
say?
I can get you your money.
You didn't come here to talk, all right? You came here to get arrested.
You got fucking tapes of what? Costello was my informant. I was
Are
arrested.
you serious?
Fuck
Can
you,
I guess
prove it.
again?
He was working for me.
I don't think
He
he's ever
was
seen
my
it.
informant. Shut your fucking mouth. Come on, get up. Well, what
Frank-
is this?
Frank
Citizen's
Costello?
arrest? Blow me. All right, only one of us is a
Cut the
cop.
Mark.
What do you got?
Oh, okay. The Departed.
All right. All right.
I can't believe I missed. I
This
know
is
I
it.
should have waited.
Mark for the win.
Yeah.
Mark for the win on
I
this
jumped the
next
gun.
clip. Here it is.
Firefight is a
You better-
quiz.
Here you go.
What's the best line in that?
What did he say?
He when they play rugby, the first scene.
Oh,
He goes,
yeah,
a firefight is a quiz. Go save a cat in a tree.
All right.
Hold me closer in.
Andrew.
What do you got? What do you got?
I know it's Jim Carrey.
Come on.
I'm trying to think. Is it Ace Ventura?
No.
No, I think I got this one.
All right. Do you need the rest of the
I
clip?
need the rest of the clip. It's like in Wheel of Fortune when they spin a couple extra times.
Ellis could.
Tell Annie M to little yell her out.
I gotta go, Cable Guy.
No. Wow. It is the mask.
It's the mask.
Wow.
too.
Look
I
at
knew
that.
that
It was
scene.
almost over.
You know how annoying that is that I guess the actor and I know it. I can.
Yeah.
I just can't
I
remember.
knew it was Jim Carrey as soon as it came on. And
Look at this. It was a standstill here.
Next clip.
Yeah. All right.
Is it 2-2 still?
It is no 3-2.
Oh, right.
He's up by 1. This is a really tough one. I
Yeah, you
don't
took
think
the one
either
that I
of you guys
gave
are
to
getting
you,
this one.
Ellis.
All right. Yeah. This next one's going to be a tough one.
Well, it's got all this hype now behind it.
It does. I put it in there going, this is just in case, it gets there and like overtime. Yeah. I can't imagine either one of you going to get it. We'll see.
Thanks, man. Thanks
All
for
right.
the vote of confidence.
Well, you guys missed. You shit out on The Departed so fast, and you sat there listening to the whole movie.
It's a good movie.
I know, it's my fault.
He
He liked it. He wanted to.
Yeah.
He liked it. All right, so we're getting ready. We're just loading up this next clip. But before we...
Speaking of loads, head on over to Lowe's.
If you want to get your mother something special for Mother's Day.
I want to read an ad. Next time, can I read an ad?
Sure. Why don't you read the Pro Flowers Mother's Day ad again?
All right, here we go.
Just the highlighted portion.
In an accent.
Do you love your what accent do you want?
Whatever. Do something good. What are you doing on Punk? Give us a preview.
Here you go. Hey guys, wouldn't you love to give your mother or wife a rainbow to be fantastic way of showing her that you love her? Sure. If you use my code, you can get a dozen rainbow roses for mom plus a free glass of ice for only $19.99.
Was that a dozen or 1,000 you said?
1 second. A dozen rainbow roses for $19.99, incredible price, and they are guaranteed to last 7 days, one whole calendar week. Go to proflowers.com, click on the mic and type in the code TOADHOP. That's TOAD HOP. And for my radio listeners, you can get a second dozen and chocolates just for $10 more. That's a 40% savings. Click on proflowers.com, click on the microphone in the top right corner and type in TOADHOP.
For your radio listeners, what radio show is this exactly?
It's Ravanash Gupta.
Ravanash Gupta. All right. Well, listen, since we're having technical difficulties with the game, it's kind of like when there's a big storm in the 9th inning and it's still a close game.
Exactly
so what we're going to have to do, and I hate to do this to you, Santino, you're going to have to wake up at 9 a.m. sometime in the very near future and come back on the podcast.
I would.
Of course, I am winning 3-2, so I should just get the W. But
relax.
I'll be a nice guy.
Relax.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just think
we're all friends here.
That's it, huh? All right.
That's our show for this week, ladies and gentlemen.
All right,
But we're ending on a down note, but we had a lot of fun. I want to thank Andrew Santino from Punk'd for joining us on the Schmoes Know Movies podcast.
Thank you, dude. And check out Punk'd.
Check out Punk'd on MTV.
Thursday.
And for Christian Harloff, I am Mark Ellis. YouTube.com/Schmoes Know.
Follow us on Twitter.